Y'all, 2024 is in the books. First, I want to say thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for all the comments. Over 50 videos we did. Wow, that's a lot. This video's a little bit different. It's going to be a 2024 top 5 recap video. And it might be some videos that you may have not seen. So hey, get ready. These are my top 5 videos of 2024. That's some good groceries. For stir fry lovers, this stir fry is the one for you. It is so easy and so flavorful. Your guests and your family will be asking for it weekly. Let's get this started. I'm gonna glove up. Got to glove up. Gonna get some chicken breast prepped, cut up. You can do this with a lot of things. You don't have to do it with chicken. You can do it with beef. You can do it with ground beef. You can do it with about anything, guys. I got chicken breasts. You want to use chicken thighs? Just go right ahead. I'm going to use, let's go with one. One chicken breast really goes very far. One thing I like to do is separate the tender from the breast, kind of like that. And then I like to take the breast, put my hand over it, butterfly it, make it into cutlets, however you want to talk about it. So there you go, there's one piece of chicken. One piece of chicken in stir fries really goes a long ways. I want to do these in some strips. I like to kind of take my knife, kind of lay it over just like this right here, and just kind of go at it. It's got a lot of nice surface area on that chicken. All right, once we got our chicken nice and cut up, I will say I used a little bit of another breast, about a quarter of another breast, maybe half. But you know, you can really tailor it for your needs. Time to season this up. I like to use, this is a little bit of baking soda. This is a little trick that the Chinese restaurants kind of do. Kind of learned over my time. A little Shaoxing wine. If you don't have Shaoxing wine, you can use rice wine vinegar, it's fine. A little bit of regular, this is light soy sauce. I want to use a little bit of dark soy sauce. Using dark soy sauce isn't much for flavor, it's more of color. So it'll be nice and dark. That's some cornstarch. Now, a little bit of garlic. And we're going heavy on the ginger here. I called it ginger stir fry, ginger chicken noodle stir fry, okay? But man, ginger's so good. It's got a nice little, kind of a citrusy taste to it that I love. And we're just gonna mix that in. We want that baking soda especially to work with the chicken. It's not gonna dry out. You see that dark soy sauce? Chicken's nice, dark, nice, nice, nice. All right. We're gonna set that to the side for about 15 minutes. A little bit of vegetable, not a whole lot here. I like red pepper. Red pepper just has, of course, that nice red, vibrant color. Makes it look pretty. Got company coming over. They're gonna be just absolutely thrilled about these colors. So if you notice, I like to take the top, then the bottom off, and then just go around, and you got a nice pretty strip just like this right here, that you can just take your knife and make your strips. Now we got some spring onions here that we like to use the greens for garnish, but I also like to use the whites for flavor. So good. So just using the whites, going to come right in, just make some nice circles. And you can go pretty much well on into this green part. Will be just fine. And there you go. There's our vegetables for our stir fry. Let's make a sauce. Let's make a sauce. Regular soy sauce. I'm gonna do about a good cup. I like a good little sauce with my stir fries. Okay, a little bit of dark soy sauce. Want that nice dark color. Want to use a little bit of rice wine vinegar in this because I just like the tang. A little bit of garlic. Do a little bit of ginger. Mix that up real well. I don't think I'm going to add cornstarch to this. If I didn't have noodles, probably would add some cornstarch so that when it hits that top, it's going to tighten up really quickly. But I think with the sauce, don't think you really need a thickener here, okay? All right, there you go. We have everything pretty much covered. Let's talk about the noodles though. I love using these Hoking noodles. They're already prepared. They're already in a bag. All you do, there's 2 to a bag, and they're ready for the griddle. They're ready to stir fry. So if you can find these, great. And sometimes they're not, and you could just buy them already dried and then just boil them by the package, and you're good to go. But this is a nice little hack right here, especially for like a weeknight. All right, let's head to the griddle. Let's get this going. All right, we got our griddle pre-warmed. I got it on high, all 4 knobs. And as you can see, it's nice and hot. We're going to come in with a little bit of avocado olive oil blend. Move that around. Going to get our chicken down. Now, if you've been around me long enough, I like to take and disperse my chicken around and not just put it all down in one blob. If you put it on one blob, temperature is going to go down on you, and that's not good. So you want space it out. Plus, each one of those pieces are going to caramelize a lot better than putting it in one clump. All right, we're going to let this chicken, we're just going to let this chill out for, we'll really want about a minute, really want it to caramelize. While we're doing that, we're going to get our vegetables down. Put our onions and our peppers right there. A little squirt of oil, a little salt, a little pep. We're gonna let those ride just over here. Let those get nice and soft. All right, our chicken, I think it's about time. Let's disturb it just a little bit. Woo, look at that caramelization right there. That's flavor. That is flavor. Beautiful. All right, over here on our other side, we're gonna get our noodles down. We'll take just a little bit of water. That kind of helps the noodles kind of separate a little bit. All right, chicken is pretty much done. Man, look at that. That is beautiful. Let's get the vegetables with the chicken. That's gonna be fantastic. I'm gonna put that like right there. These noodles just need to be kind of warmed through, and they'll start coming apart on you. Come on, noodles. Woohoo! I think once we stir fry this up, they're gonna be great. Everybody in one nice party. Come on over here, chicken. Get into this party, this little pool. Ooh, doggies. Oh, let's see. I didn't know if I was gonna eat all these vegetables or not, but you know what? More the merrier. More the merrier. I think it's time for the sauce. Y'all ready for the sauce? I'm ready. Give it a little mixy. Oh, one thing I forgot to add earlier is I wanted a little bit of sweetness to this sauce. I'm gonna add a little bit of hoisin sauce. Hoisin pretty much is like a, I don't know, like a Chinese ketchup. I don't know, something like that. It's got a little sweetness to it, like a barbecue sauce. It's really good. Now let's pour this right onto our noodles, chicken, vegetables. Oh man. We're gonna give this a mix now. It smells amazing out here, y'all. I wish you could be here. All right, this is done, y'all. I think let's get us a plate. Get this off the griddle. Whoo, boy, look at that, boy. Ain't that beautiful? That is just a beautiful thing right there. Now, we're not done yet, cause cause we bougie, and we wanna make sure, put a little greenery on this. Got some of those green onions. Bring it in on the top. All right, we got that greenery on there. Now it's time to come in with some of these little white sesame seeds. Really makes the dish pop. Nice little crunch too. A little bit of texture going on. Now that, my friends, is a stir fry dish. Let's give it a try. Cheers, y'all. We put a lot of ginger in there. I can taste it. It's nice and floral. Kind of citrusy. I love those red peppers. The red peppers are still kind of al dente. Got a little bit of crunch to it, which I like that. Sweetness from that hoisin, tangy from the rice wine vinegar. Man, just works, just works. Caramelization on chicken is just something, let me tell you. Hey, who doesn't love breakfast? And these breakfast Crunchwrap Supremes are for sure to be a hit. And it's also portable also. All right, to get started, we're gonna get a pound of breakfast sausage down. Use whatever favorite sausage you like. This is mine. And I wanna chop that up into pieces to where a lot more of the sausage can get some griddle action. Inside of the sausage, gonna put down a little bit of oil. We're gonna get down some hash browns. While our hash browns are going over on the griddle, we're gonna make our sauce. We're gonna start out with a couple tablespoons of this crema. We're gonna take some, these are diced chipotles. in adobo sauce. Go as heavy or as light as you want. And that right there, my friends, is a perfect little sauce. You can definitely add or subtract what you want. All right, let's break up our sausage here into manageable pieces. And I'm not going to a fine dice here, just something that's kind of chunky. After we break that up to what we like, let's flip over our hash browns and add just a little bit more oil to those hash browns, just to make sure to get a nice crisp. Once your sausage is done, just like this right here, we're gonna take that off, set it to the side. Let's focus our attention to these hash browns. Now we're gonna do a little trick on this. We're gonna smash these out so they're nice, thin, and crispy, almost acting like that tostada. We're gonna add a little bit of salt to these. Just add your seasoning as you go, folks. While our hash browns are crisping up over there, let's get our eggs into a bowl. We're gonna scramble these up. Let's flavor our eggs up with a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, add a little bit of spice, gonna add some taco seasoning. All right, our hash browns, they're done. We're gonna put those up towards the front of the griddle. Gonna clean off just a little bit from the sausage. We want some of that sausage grease to stay because we're gonna cook our eggs. We'll put down nice ample amount of butter. Now for eggs, y'all, I actually cycled my burners. What I mean by cycling is I turn them off. If I see that my temperature's going down too low, I'll turn them back on, bring the temperature up. So right now, all my burners are on off. Now let's get these eggs down. All right, once your eggs kinda has a nice crust around it, it's what I like to do. I like to just come in and just flip. Now, if you see that your temperature needs to come up, turn your burners back on. No big deal. While the eggs are going right here, we need to warm our tortillas up. One of the good things about warming your tortillas up is it makes them a little bit more pliable, and that's what you want, especially whenever you're doing wrapping for burritos and for these crunch wraps. Again, you don't want to cook your tortillas too much. You're just looking to warm them through, okay? So they're nice and pliable. Eggs are done. Beautiful flavor in there from that street taco seasoning. All right, so it's time to build our crunch wraps. Take some of our sauce. We'll put that down right in the middle. Nice, creamy, smoky. I'll take some of our sausage, put cheese on top of that. Take one of our hash browns that we had, put that right on top. Woohoo! I want to put some lovely eggs on that. More cheese, more cheese. Now we're going to attempt to fold this thing. There we go. It's all about the pleats here, y'all. And look at that nice little package. We'll put this over onto the griddle. Put that pleat side down. After about 3 minutes, give these a flip. Look at that nice golden brown. Oh man. Get this other side, give it another 3 to 4 minutes, and we're gonna be ready to try these dudes. Woo, boy, let's give this a try. I love a Crunchwrap Supreme. I tell you what works really good. That's that hash brown. That hash brown's nice, crunchy, crispy. Oh, good. I love this little sauce we made. It's so good. I'm gonna dip a little bit right here. Right there. Oh yeah, boy. This is good. Ultimate, it's portable. Got your coffee cup. You can head on out, go to work, do whatever you want. And hey, let's not forget about these game day nachos. These things will for sure be a hit at your next game day party. So you're probably wondering, what the heck is a dirty nacho, Hussey? Well, I'm glad you asked. I like to use these golden crowns. The reason why I like to use the crowns are they are circular and they have a lot of surface patch to go right onto the griddle. Now, if you want to, you can use tater tots, you can use French fries, you do like a dirty fry. But I thought these crowns will be awesome. First things first, we want to put a couple tablespoons of oil down. This is an olive oil, avocado oil blend. And we're using probably about 3 tablespoons here. You want an ample amount. Get that spread around real nice. Now we're gonna add our bag of tater crowns. And what you wanna do is you wanna make sure every one of these crowns have a piece of that griddle. And so we're just gonna feather these out and we're gonna cook these for a couple minutes on this one side. Gonna flip them and just keep on cooking them till they're cooked through. While we're waiting on our crowns to get done, we're gonna go ahead and season up our ribeyes. This is just a thinly sliced ribeye. Feel free to use whatever beef you want. You could also use ground beef, all kinds of options here. After about 3 to 4 minutes, you can see that side got nice and golden brown. That is perfect. I'm gonna slide the tater crowns over here to the left side. I'm gonna get ready to cook our onions, peppers, and steak over here on this side. When I need onions and peppers and I don't feel like chopping them up, I love using this frozen medley of peppers and onions. Makes it so easy. After the peppers are cooked for about 3 to 4 minutes, we're gonna come in with some of this street taco seasoning on them. When your peppers are cooked through, I'm just gonna slide these over to the side. All right, now we're gonna cook our steak. And what I like is we put the onions and peppers right here in the middle, and that's gonna build a nice foundation for our steak. Got our griddle up to probably 450 degrees, perfect for searing some steak. Notice I'm leaving these whole, and I'm doing that intentionally. Just gonna get those down. Wanna make sure we have a nice contact patch. Maybe just a little bit of oil. Now we're not gonna cook these all the way through, y'all. We're gonna cook these, we're gonna take them off, we're gonna slice it and dice it, and then we're gonna build our dirty nachos. Now season the other side of your steak. After about 2 minutes on that one side, we're gonna flip our steak over to the other side. Man, look at that crust. Perfect. If you notice, y'all, I didn't flip it and put it back in the same place. And I did this intentionally so that it's not in the same place where it was, where the temperature might be a little bit cooler from having that piece of steak. So this spot over here was already up to temp. Didn't have anything on it, so I flipped it over to this other side. While our steak's kind of idling over there on that other side, we're gonna flip our tots. It's gonna line up perfectly. These steaks are finishing up here in a minute. We're gonna get them off, get them chopped up, and we're gonna start building these dirty nachos. All right, after about 2 minutes, I'm gonna take these steaks off. Now I'm gonna bring them over here to our cutting board. Just like that right there. We're gonna let them rest for just a little bit. We're gonna chop these up into nice, small pieces. Now we're gonna cut our ribeye up. And if you notice, I cooked these whole, and you're probably wondering why. Well, it's all about surface area, getting some crust, getting flavor. If you were to cut all these up into nice little small pieces like we're doing here, it wouldn't get a lot of surface area. So I like to leave it whole and cook it, and then slice it up, and then cube it up, and you can put it back on the griddle if you like to maybe crisp it up. If you want to put some more taco seasoning on it, some more street taco, perfectly fine. Or you can just leave it like this, but it's all about the surface area and getting that flavor. So we're just after really just little small cubes, just like that. Kind of like a carne asada. The one reason why I like ribeye is even if you do kind of overcook it a little bit, it's still just fine and flavorful because it has a lot of fat. All right, we got our ribeye cut up. Now comes the fun part. Let's assemble old dirty nachos. Want to take our little crowns. They're cooked perfectly. They're nice and golden brown. Want to take some of our onions and some of our peppers. Put those over here. They're nice and caramelized. Come over here with some of our steak. Put that steak on there, the juice and all. Make sure you got plenty of meat, right? Boom. Yeah, buddy. All right, we got our meat, we got our peppers, we got our onions. Now I'm just gonna toss these all together. And this is the dirty part. This is why I call them dirty nachos. All right. Now, we're not done yet, guys. We're not done. Now we're gonna take some cheese. Copious amounts of cheese. This is quesadilla cheese. Very, very nice melting cheese. And we're gonna bring plenty of it. Plenty. I'll put about, that's half of that bag. So about 8 ounces. Woo, doggies. Look at that. Okay. I'm liking what I'm seeing. Let's come in with a little bit more. A little bit more. Woo-wee. Dang it. Boy, this looks good. Y'all, I say we're good to go. We are good to go. Now, we got this awesome little handy dandy Blackstone cutting board right here. And I'm just gonna come in. Woo, look at that. And we're just gonna lay these right onto our cutting board. Boy, this thing looks good. Now we gotta church these things up a little bit. That's right, we're gonna put a little bit of greenery in here. A little bit of green onions. We'll do a little bit of this right here. Ooh, make it rain. Yes, sir. We're also gonna do a little bit of post dust right here. A little ode to my old buddy, CJ. A little bit of post dust of this street taco. Don't mind if I do. We're gonna do a little bit of sour cream. A little dollop right there. Can't have nachos without a few pickled jalapenos. Put whatever you like on this. A little bit of black olives, whatever. Do what you will. This is kind of how we roll. Y'all, it's that time. We gotta try these groceries. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna come right here. Give this a try. Oh man. Ooh boy, that is a load of stuff. I'm gonna do a little bit of this. A little bit of that jalapeno right there. The tater crown's nice and crunchy. It's seasoned already right out of the bag. But man, I can taste that taco seasoning that we put on the peppers and also on that meat. That meat is flavorful too. Peppers and the onions, so good. And that cheese, golly boy, that cheese, it is so good. Y'all, I guarantee you make this for your big game party, people gonna love you. What's their top 5 without a nice, juicy burger? And these brisket burgers will be sure to be a hit as long as you make this bacon onion jam. And oh my goodness, it is a treat. You need a lot of onions and you need a fair amount of bacon as well. So I'm gonna say you need roughly 2 to 3 onions. I got 2 yellow onions here that I'm just gonna slice thinly, just like this. I got one ready over here. And what this does is this thing, I mean, it just kind of just withers down to not much of nothing. But man, what you're left with that bacon onion jam, y'all, it is something else. It is something else. Couple that with some beautiful ground brisket that we got. Oh, y'all. It's gonna be some good groceries. All right, so we got this onion. We got it nice and chopped up. Our bacon, I've already got, this is about a pound of bacon, and just use whatever bacon you like. And I just sliced this into fairly small little chunks, okay? We got that done. We're gonna come over to our griddle. I'm gonna put it right here in the middle. Our onions, we're gonna put those right next to the bacon. What we're doing here, we're rendering the bacon. We're also needing that fat to go over with the onions as well, okay? Start sweating those down. And this is a little bit of a labor of love. It's gonna take, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes probably to get this bacon jam ready, all right? All right, our onions, we're gonna add just a little bit of fat right now. That's just some regular old oil of your choice. Help get a little bit of that water out. We're gonna add some salt to these onions. We're just gonna let those do their magic on the Blackstone, let that bacon render out and start to get nice and crispy. Let's talk about our brisket burgers. I went over and had my buddies at the butcher shop. I had them grind some fresh brisket right from the point. And it's gonna be nice and fatty, which I think makes a really good burger. I mean, look at that burger meat right there. I mean, it's gonna be lovely. I got a nice little ring mold here, and I'm not looking for a thin patty by no means. I want kind of thick patty, maybe about 5.6 to 6 ounces. Okay, something about yay big. And that's got some substance to it, all right? No little thin burger here, y'all. It's gonna be a big boy. Let's go check on our bacon and our onions. Just kind of check in. Hey, y'all doing all right over here? Yeah, they said they all right. They all right. And once your bacon gets kind of crispy, you kind of need this crispy. Number one, you want to render all the fat. And one thing I want to tell you I bring it up against the side here and I just kind of mash that together. You see, it's still giving me some fat there. But we're going to take these off. I'm going to put them in a bowl for right now. And got to finish these onions up. We're gonna add this back to the onions here in a minute. But I mean, these onions right here are already nice, softened. But got to give them a little bit more, okay? They need more. So we're gonna come in. We're gonna do some brown sugar. A little brown sugar. It's gonna give it a nice little sweetness. Now for some richness, balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar and onions are glorious. Absolutely glorious. I'll come in with some Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce is glorious too. And just for a little bit more tang, a little apple cider vinegar. Woohoo, boy. Look at this glorious bunch of mess here. We're just gonna let this get thick. Let it get just sticky. Sticky, ooey, gooey. I wanna add the bacon back to it. Let that bacon get some of that too. And that creates a nice little texture because the bacon is kind of crispy, onions soft. Oh, it's gonna be good. This bacon jam is gonna be good. We're just gonna let this stuff just kind of hang out over here, and we're gonna start our brisket burgers. Let's talk about seasoning for our brisket burgers. They need some seasoning. And we're gonna come in with some of this essential blend. That's got your salt, it's got your pepper, a little garlic. It's got the essentials, okay? And then we'll come in with some of this blackened steak seasoning because I like it. Like it on steak, like it on burgers. It's really good. The other side, I'm gonna season them when I put them down onto the griddle, all right? I think our griddle is ready, all right? I'll come right here. Come on this other side. Season these up. All right. The jam's looking good. In a couple of minutes, we're gonna flip these burgers. Ooh, man, that thing is loose. Woo! Man, those things, that's gonna be a good burger. That's gonna be a good burger. Let's go ahead and toast our buns. We got a lot of nice fat right there from that brisket. We're gonna toast those buns in. Woohoo! Nothing like a little bit of beef tallow. All right, let's see where these buns are. Oh yeah. Why don't I just use a spatula? All right. That's one for the dog. All right, I'm gonna use a spatula this time. Boy, that thing was hot. Put that right over there. I don't know if I said I'm using a brioche bun. Really, really dig a brioche bun. I don't know why. I like a potato roll too, but a nice brioche just works. Our bowl from earlier, I think our bacon onion jam is pretty much done. Look at all that it reduced to. Oh man, oh man. There we go. I'll put that right there. Right there. All right, just looking at our little situation here with these burgers, I think they're done. And I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put this bacon jam on the burger like that. Just like that. Whew, man. That's a mound right there. Now I'm gonna put cheese, American cheese. It's time to build our burgers. Duke's mayonnaise, state law. It's got a little bit of a crunch to it. That burger bun does, that brioche bun. And the good thing about that is it stands up to a big old burger like what we have. For a little bit of freshness, I thought, you know, we need something. This is kind of rich, you know. Thought a little bit of tomato right onto the bottom right here. Season them maters, y'all. Season them maters. Let's get these suckers off onto our buns. Maybe just a little bit more of this right on top. That way you know what you're messing with. Like I know what I'm messing with. It's bacon onion jam. That's what I'm messing with. Let's put a A little bit of lettuce right on top. Now that right there, my friends, is a burger. Brisket burger with bacon onion jam. Woohoo! All right. This is the time you all been waiting for. Let's give this a try. Let's give it a cut. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that ooey, gooey goodness. It's like dripping. Ha. Y'all, that brisket burger, it's phenomenal. It's so loose. Fat ratio, I don't know what it was. That bacon onion jam. It's the jam. It is the jam. Y'all, your burger week, just like my burger week, needs to have one of these right here, y'all. Hey, I appreciate you watching. Head on over to the Blackstone Network where you see other awesome burgers just like this. I'm Hussey, and that's some good groceries. Last but not least, you want to please some guests. This guilty pleasure steak mac and cheese from a Griddle Nation inspiration, actually a Griddle Crew inspiration from the Griddle Crew Summit of 2024. It will be sure to knock your socks off. All right, to get things started, we're gonna add half a box of macaroni to about 4 cups of water. Got that onto the Blackstone. We're gonna cook that just until tender. All right, guys, it's been about 8 minutes or so, and man, oh man, look at that macaroni. It's already absorbed all the water. It's dried. Got a little bit of stickage there because I've been just kind of waiting around. So we're gonna finish making our mac and cheese. First things first, we'll put a little bit of butter down. This right here just makes everything nice, loosey-goosey. To this, we're gonna add some half and half. And we're gonna let this get kind of warmed up. Probably about half a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup. All right, now this is a secret. All right, secret of good mac and cheese. I know I'm gonna get some flack for it, but the old block of cheese, y'all. Old block of cheese. And it's good stuff. We're gonna do about a half a block of this block of cheese. In my opinion, makes darn good mac and cheese. All right, we're gonna add those blocks to it. To this, we're gonna add a little bit of cream cheese. This is the whipped kind of cream cheese. I like the whip. Makes things go a lot easier, melts a lot easier. All right, so now we're just gonna just kind of let this hang out right here in the pan. Let that cheese start to get melty. Let that butter melt. All right. All right, we're gonna set this right over to the side, right over there. All right, now we're gonna focus our attention on the steak. Kelly, Andy had a nice, beautiful, thick ribeye, and so do we. So do we. How are we gonna season this up? Well, I'm glad you asked. First things first, I'm gonna put a little bit of this beef powder down, which is kind of amplify the beef flavor. It's got some other kind of umami flavors. Then we're gonna come in Blackstone Steakhouse seasoning. Going nice and liberally here. Same thing on the other side. We're just gonna let this sit here. We're gonna let it kind of get a little tacky. Want to get the salt starts reacting with the meat, starts bringing a little bit of the moisture up, starts melting a little bit of this seasoning. So we're gonna go wash our hands and we'll come right back. We're gonna put just a little bit of oil down. This is avocado oil, nice high heat oil, okay? Perfect for searing. Want to get that down, let that get up to temperature. I thought, love some green onions. Love, love, love them. Just gonna put a little green onion down, let those get nice and charred. We're gonna slice those, kind of put on top. It's gonna be nice, nice, nice. Let's get our steaks going. All right. We're trying to go for nice, medium rare here. We're gonna do the flip method here where we're constantly flipping. So in about another minute, we're gonna flip these. All right, so if you noticed, I did not put the steak right back to where it was. Went to a separate place. That's because that spot where it was, the heat kind of went down some from that thermal shock of that meat. I just went to another spot. This one will be ready, go back to that one. We're gonna keep flipping these steaks until done. We'll meet you over at the cutting board. All right, once our steak is hit about 130 degrees, we're gonna take them off, put them over onto our cutting board. We're gonna let those rest. Now, while those are resting, we're gonna put our mac and cheese back onto the griddle, and we're gonna let it kind of warm up a little bit. But we're not done, friends. We're gonna make a little bit of a sauce right onto the griddle top. And this is what I think is kind of my little trick, little add to of what Andy and Kelly did. Balsamic vinegar. We're gonna reduce the balsamic vinegar right onto the griddle top. That's gonna add a nice little sweetness. And it's also gonna cut that fattiness of the steak. Gonna do a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and nice little pat of butter. Okay, and for fair measures, we're going to add a little bit more of this steakhouse seasoning, just right to it. And as you can see, I mean, this reduced pretty much immediately. The griddle top was nice and hot. Perfect. Man, this is going to be good. I'm looking forward to this moment. I'll slide these dudes right over there. Get us a nice purdy bowl, just for you, all right? Put a little bit of this mac and cheese down here first. Let's go ahead and chop these onions up. I love griddled green onions that's been charred a little bit. Let's come in with your knife. Gonna do both the greens and the whites. Move over there. I'll save you for later, sucker. All right. So let's talk about this ribeye. I like to cut that spinalis off first. Ooh. Boys and girls. And that's probably what we're gonna put down onto our mac and cheese. It's nice, tender. Might have to give this a try first before we put it on anything. Just give us a try. Look at that right there. Nice pink, medium rare. Actually, I changed my mind. I'll tell you what, that steakhouse plus that beef powder was some kind of good, y'all. Actually, I like the presentation of this right here a little bit better. So we're gonna slice this midsection. Just lay that right over. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Take our green onions.
Boy, that's thicker than a Snicker.
Kind of lay over top. Just like that. Boy, that is beautiful. We got our beautiful sauce. Come right over the top. Cuts that richness. Mac and cheese is nice and rich as well. And there you have it, friends. Steak mac and cheese. Compliments of Andy Wilson and Kelly Keene from the 2024 Griddle Summit. Ode to my old boy CJ. Little post dust. Voila. Time to give it a try-sies. Come here, steak. Come here. Woo, look at this. Oh,
that's some good groceries right there.
That's a guilty pleasure right there. The cheesiness, the creaminess, that sauce right there really made it. The beefiness. Golly, boys. Woo! That right there, my friends, is a home run. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. I want you to head on over to the Blackstone Network where you see other awesome videos just like this. Also, the recap from the 2024 Social Summit is live. You can go over there and watch the live stream. It was an epic event. Hey, I appreciate you. We'll see you next time.